What's up everybody and welcome back. Now today we're going to talk about a possible cure to type 1 diabetes, and the name of this medication is Diamondglobulin. Diamondglobulin is actually used to help people who receive kidney transplants. It is made to help their body to not reject their new kidney. Now the reason for this is a lot of times, since a transplanted organ is not the natural organ from your body, a lot of times your body would not accept this new organ. It will reject it, which can be pretty harmful to you. It can actually cause death because your body is not utilizing this organ to the best of its abilities. So you need medications like Diamondglobulin to actually help your body to not fight this organ and help your body to accept this new organ. Now what scientists found out is that Diamondglobulin actually help increase insulin production. Now as a type 1 diabetic, this pretty much means that your pancreas is not producing insulin or very little. And the reason for this is because your body is fighting and destroying your insulin producing cells. Diamondglobulin does is, now what Diamondglobulin does is it fight and attack those cells that are attacking your insulin producing cells. So it's kind of like this mini war that's waging in your body. On one side you got your body trying to destroy itself by killing off the cells in your pancreas. Then on the other side you got this medication that is trying to heal your body by trying to fight and destroy the cells that is destroying your pancreas cells that produce insulin. Kind of funny that worked that way, but because of this, this drug is looked at as a possible cure to diabetes. And another thing is, it is FDA approved. Now I feel like, from working in the health field for a long time, I never ran across this drug, but to be honest, at the same time, I never had that many patients that actually had kidney transplants. But I feel this drug should be more talked about because as a type 1 diabetic, a lot of times if you don't take care of yourself, then you will eventually fall into organ failure. And by organ failure, I mean that your organs are shutting down. And a kidney transplant or another organ transplant is usually the last step that a doctor want to take after medication, after diet, because they know the risk, which is pretty minimal nowadays because of the advance of modern medicine. But there is still somewhat of a risk that a transplanted organ to your body would not be accepted by your body. So that's why a lot of times these transplants are used as a last resort. But because of this new medication, not only does it help your body accept this new kidney or new organ, it's mainly for kidneys, but it also helps your body to fight type 1 diabetes, which is pretty awesome. Now there are other research going on that help fight diabetes, like stem cell research. If I remember right, I think they were using that to fight type 1 diabetes as well, because the stem cells can help your pancreas to produce new cells, which will overall produce new insulin and increase your insulin production that will help fight the diabetes condition that most people like myself have. I thought that was interesting because I feel like a lot of people didn't know that the drug existed. I thought that was interesting because I felt a lot of people didn't know that the drug actually existed, because it, like I said, it don't get talked about, which is sad because everything that is created to help fight diabetes should be promoted. Because this condition, if not managed well, can take your life. I mean, you have to do your part as well. I mean, you just can't rely on your doctor or your medications. You have to eat right. You have to work out. You have to make all the right choices to help your body secure longevity. Because even as a diabetic, you can still live a long and productive life. Just because you have this condition doesn't mean you have to stop living, and I pretty much say that in every video, and I hope I'm reaching you guys when I say that as well. Okay, now I'm about to move forward to something else I want to talk about, and this is actually somewhat a little personal, because the reason why is that each person look at their body differently. We are our own worst critics, and sometimes we could be horribly harsh with ourselves. Now what I'm about to talk about is my muscle weaknesses, or pretty much my weaknesses that I feel I have on my body. And first I'm gonna start with my legs. There's no excuse as to why my legs is my weak point other than genetics. Now some people say you can outwork your genetics, which a lot of times you can, but sometimes genetics are the dominating sign that your physique will turn out a certain way. Most of my family actually don't have big legs or calves on my mother's side, and it seemed like I actually inherited those genetics. Now my hamstrings and my quads are coming along great. As you know, I started squatting again, and I squat a little lighter now because I want to hit that perfect form. Because once I perform the movement with good form, I know I'm using that mind muscle connection to really stress out my muscles and actually help them grow. But calves have always been a weakness of mine ever since I worked out. Like I said, nobody in my mother's side of the family actually have calves, and it's just a genetic issue that runs in my family. Now another weak point of mine is actually just my forearms. Now that's my fault. I really don't hit my forearms like that. Now a lot of times when I do my bicep workouts, I do rotating bicep curls, which means my hands actually start at a parallel position to my leg. But as I coming up, I actually rotate it in to actually activate my bicep more. And I do actually help develop the forearm, but it's not isolating it, which is not the best way to actually grow your forearm. So yeah, the reason my forearms are pretty small is because, like I said, just personal choice. I just don't hit them that much. But I'm actually planning to. I'm actually trying to find out workouts I could just do at home. Like maybe like actually tie a string to a jug of water and actually put that around a bar and actually just roll up the bar like this. Actually fully extend my arms up, but that would actually help develop my forearm. And another weak point I want to talk about is actually my chest, my upper chest. And it's not a weak point by genetics. It's not a weak point like I don't hit it enough, because I actually hit my upper chest twice during my chest workout. But the reason is that I feel like my chest is my weak point is because of my scar from heart surgery. When I was a baby, under 6 months old, I actually had heart surgery because I had 3 holes in my heart, 3 heart murmurs. And 2 of them had to be closed surgically, while the other one closed on its own. Now, since it was back in the 80s, there wasn't a lot of invasive procedures like there is now, like going through the side of your ribs or actually going through your leg. They actually had to cut my chest straight open and actually perform the surgery that way. Now, because of that, they left a lot of scar tissue there. Now, just seeing some of my pictures or even some of my videos, my chest do look like it had a divided line down it. Like pretty much like that right there is actually the scar from it. Now it's pretty much going away as I get older, since that scar tissue formed and they had to cut through my muscle. I feel like my chest was never like a properly formed chest like most people would have who didn't have surgery. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Scott Harmon, or even my cousin Jeff, who when they had that big chest, you could just tell it was nice, it was rounded. It looked perfectly formed, perfectly muscular. And but me though, like I said, my chest is coming along. It actually is bigger than what it was last year. But like I said, I just don't feel like I'll have that 100% look because of my heart surgery. But the thing is, the heart surgery saved my life. So about a couple years ago, I really came to terms with, it is what it is. I can't change what happened, but I can change how it looks. Now it will get bigger as time grows, but like I said, I just won't have that complete look. It'll always look like it's separated, like it was damaged. Because of the surgery. But like I said, it was something that needed for me to keep living. And it's been 30 years, so apparently something was done right. So outside my weak points, I feel my strongest attribute is actually my back. My back is actually my strongest muscle group. The deadlift is actually my strongest movement. The most weight I ever pulled on a deadlift was 305 pounds. And at the time, I was actually going for 315, but that's when my body freaked out on me, and I actually officially became a diabetic around that time. And I was feeling really sick, which pretty much took away a lot of my strength. And at the time, it was because my thyroid shot up real high. It was abnormal. And because my thyroid increased in the way it did, it actually pushed me over the ledge to becoming diabetic. But even now though, even after recovering from all that, my back is still my strongest muscle group. I really haven't lifted over 275 though. I am planning to actually test my strength for that again coming up, but I just haven't done it yet. And my goal is to actually still hit 315 one day. And maybe this year I could do it if I keep trying. But at the same time, I don't lift heavy like that anymore because I don't want to cause unnecessary stress to my body, or at least more than I have to when working out. Okay guys, that's pretty much all I have for today. But first, before we go, let me say thank you to the people who've been subscribing to the channel. This channel has literally blown up almost 20 times what it was from almost 2 weeks ago. When I checked earlier, the channel was at 190 something subscribers. That's almost 200 subscribers. That means 200 people actually care about what I talk about in these videos. In some way, shape, or form, it actually add value to their life, and I'm so appreciative about that. Because like I said in the previous video, I'm trying to reach 100 people, I'm trying to reach 1,000, I'm trying to reach millions of people, and I feel like I can do it through this platform. This is one of the platforms that can help me reach that large number of people and have a positive impact on their life. Because like I tell people, just because you have diabetes, it don't mean you have to stop living life, because it is not a death sentence. Yes, it can be pretty difficult to manage at times, but you know what? You deserve it. You deserve everything you're blessed with. Your body deserves everything it's blessed with. You deserve to win. But by not taking care of your body and not managing your condition, you're setting yourself up for failure. even before I became a diabetic. I don't want them making the same mistakes that led me to having this condition. So that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about today. What I'd like for you to do is leave a like, a comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to know anything, just leave a comment below, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.